Peace and blessings. I am back. How you doing? I hope all is well. I want to come on here. I want to talk about. I was doing some I was doing some research, and I was looking to forward. I was looking to some things down the road. But see, I try not to when it come down to doing these transits, and I tell people about it. I try not to what I pick up. I don't want them. I was like, okay, I don't want them to fear. But I look at something. I was looking at some of the transits. I remember I talked about in a previous video, and I think that video were about it was with the masculine and feminine energy video. And I remember I talked about Pluto is completing this 248-year cycle. And that's what's going to happen. Pluto will be completing this 248-year cycle in close to 2070. And see, when 2070 come, that's when, if I'm correct, I think Saturn goes into Leo. I will have to check. I know the Neptune will be moved. Uranus will be moving into Scorpio. And then we got Pluto will be going to Aries. And see, when Pluto go to Aries, now I gotta recheck what the nodes are gonna be at. But now when Pluto go to Aries, that's about creating something new. That's about creating something new, because Uranus and Scorpio is about destruction. That's gonna be about the self destruction, or that's gonna be about destruction itself. That's gonna be about it's gonna be a change basically. It's like a death of because Uranus is a generational planet. It's like a death. It's like a death of what we were used to, what we know, what we were used to. The people as a collective finally will be overcoming their fears. If this happens, people will be finally overcoming their fears. Um, they're gonna transform the world basically. The society as we know is not gonna be what it is, meaning that because see with Pluto going to Aries, that's a new cycle, 248-year cycle is started. So that's gonna be about creating. I don't want to just say create a new reality, but yeah, create a new reality, creating a new world for us. And it's, if my understanding, it's not going to be up under no rulership, because at Pluto Aries is about independence. So it's not going to be up under no rulership, from my understanding. I remember I was doing a reading on it, and it was stating that I done a reading on this the other night, and I got this that it's not gonna be up under rulership, which it's no surprise. I kind of figured that it's not gonna be up under rulership. It's not gonna be up under no rulership. So, because I was asking in the reading, I was like, okay, will it be connected with the same? Will we? Well, no. Will we be up under a different government structure? No. It said no. Will it be replaced with a new government? It said no. It's saying that it would be no government or rulership. Now it could head to a new rulership in the future, but it's showing that it would be no rulership, meaning that we will be starting back over. Uranus and Scorpio, even kind of like Saturn in Aquarius, kind of like and Uranus in Aquarius, kind of like the Tower card in the tarot deck, or Saturn in Capricorn is kind of like the Tower in the tarot deck. And so what's gonna happen here is that it's more so like, because a civil war is gonna come for one, especially with Pluto going to Pisces. That's gonna between Pluto and Aquarius, and with Pluto going to Pisces, civil war is gonna come, because that's when things will culminate and people gonna start tearing shit down. I talked about with Pisces energy, and Pisces gonna represent in Pisces' highest vibration, it faces its fears, or it faces its fears, or whatever it's been running from. It faces it head on. It's kind of like Pisces the fish, and when you think about the shark or those big dangerous whales, it more so like people kept coming after them, they were running from it, but it's more so like now they facing it and they coming after those people. So it's kind of like that. And see, when Pluto go into Pisces, that people gonna start tearing shit down. This shit, a lot of stuff gonna start getting destroyed. I do feel it's gonna be a civil war that's coming between the citizens as a collective and the government, because it's gonna be a trend, and then it's going to end up. I feel because I don't feel it's just regular citizens. I feel it's gonna be people like people who I would just say they kind of help make up the government in a way, like and militaries, things of that nature. They're going to, because we already kind of seen a preview of it within the January 6th riot. We already kind of seen that, a preview of it with some of those police and military people who are in the military. They was already turning on the government themselves too. That's what's gonna be. That's gonna kind of be the case too. People like I was telling somebody this one time. They were like, we may not win, but the thing, but come on, when you think about it, it's pretty much more of us against the government. When you look at it, when we're a strong force coming together, that's why they're afraid of us having guns and shit. That's why they're trying to restrict us and restrict our gun law. I mean, trying to restrict our gun rights and stuff, because they know we got a hold of them. We got to be powerful. They're always trying to use this excuse like, they don't need them because it's on the street, at a mundane level. No, the real reason they don't want them, they trying to restrict us from using certain guns, or trying to restrict us from using guns at all, because they know we're gonna be and weapons, powerful weapons, because they know we're gonna be powerful with them. Especially we all unite together despite a race or whatever the case is. So what's gonna happen here is that I feel that's gonna take the cake, especially by them trying to take away our gun rights and stuff. I feel that's going to take the cake. But see, this conservative court now we got in the United States. I feel it's going to benefit us, even though my views are independent, meaning I'm not liberal, I'm not conservative, I'm not either Democrat or Republican. Uh, because see, a independent mindset, just like a conservative mindset, is be different from a political party. Um, See, like I said, I'm in my mindset. I mean, my mindset, my viewpoints are independent. So, with that being said, I feel this high court, there's some benefit in it that Trump appointed, because I feel more so it's gonna benefit us in terms of gun rights. If you get what I'm saying, I feel it's gonna benefit us in terms of gun rights. Um, when I look at it here, I feel by them taking away our gun rights, that's gonna really take the cake. Cause we got the South Node of Sagittarius. That's about restricted. That's about restriction in terms of freedom. That's kind of like the start of it. What does Sagittarius represents? Freedom of speech, freedom of individuality, freedom of speech, freedom in terms of right to bear arms, things of that nature. And I feel all that's gonna eventually gonna culminate. And cause what's the point? Cause what's gonna be the point and down the road of relying on politicians and placing our powers in the hands of continue to place our power in the hands of other people when it's pretty dangerous, you know. Um, I understand about you have to try to create some type of organization and stuff, but I'm just saying, it's even though this a democratic, like with the United States, for example, it's like a democratic republic. It's a democratic republic. It's more so like we vote the people in power to execute those, to execute laws and carry out laws, use the power to execute and carry out laws that resonate with what's in the U.S. Constitution here, or that's in alignment with that. And see, I feel like I said, I feel like, because this is a beast system we under. Don't get me wrong. In my opinion, I feel we'll lose some people. We'll lose a good amount of people in a civil war, but I feel that we stand a chance. I strongly feel it's that. As long as the things are done right, the plan and planned on a strategic level and things that nature. But see, it's a lot of this stuff gonna culminate. Though is what I'm saying. Um, Between Pluto and Pisces, and it's been starting with Pluto and Aquarius, but definitely when Pluto go into Pisces and Pluto go, and then between Pluto and Pisces and Aries, cause she gonna get out of hand at some point. While Pluto and Aquarius, um, cause those two energies don't go together. Just like those two energies don't mix, they don't go together. So I feel what's gonna happen here is there's gonna be a there's gonna be a civil war somewhere. Somehow the government is gonna collapse on its own, or it's going to collapse, or it's gonna get overthrown, or it's gonna collapse somewhere somehow. It's gonna be a civil war. It's not gonna be pretty. I'm gonna tell you that right now. But I feel it's gonna be collectively, not just here in the U.S. But I feel in the end, it's gonna be a trend. But I feel people gonna start over in the end, cause like it's gonna kind of start off little by little. It's gonna grow bigger. But I feel in the end, it's like people is going to end up starting over after when it all said and done. People going to end up starting over. It's what it is. Meaning that there's going to be a lawless society. There's going to be a lawless society because it may not be a government around or a government structure to rely on. Meaning there's going to be a lawless society, and we may have to restart over, build things, and find ways to maintain clean water. Things, all those things of that nature. I feel it's like I said, it's not going to be easy, but it's going to be. Um, it's not going to be easy, but I feel in the end, it's a major transformation. It's profound. It's a profound change, transformation behind it. In a sense, in a practical sense, collectively. I feel because I was asking the other night which generation is going to witness this. It's basically going to be from the generations that was born. I say maybe in the late '70s, or starting from the late '70s or the early '80s, maybe, or if not the early to mid or late '80s. Those people born in that area and on up, and then generations on behind. Those people, they gonna, and those younger generations that gonna be coming up behind, they're gonna witness all of this. They're gonna witness all of this happening and taking place. They're gonna witness it of unfolding of it. Is what's gonna take place here. But it's gonna be back to square. It's gonna be back to square one. It's gonna be a lawless society. Gonna have to rebuild. It's gonna be a lawless society. Things of that nature. Love is gonna be restored too at some point, because I'm gonna talk about in this video. Love is gonna be restored as well eventually. Especially after we get through these energies of the healing of the masculine and feminine energies, that balancing and things of that nature. Love is gonna be restored, but it's gonna be in a different way than what we experienced love in the past, and now it's gonna be a whole lot different. But it's gonna be for the positive. Is what's gonna take place here. There's gonna be balance is gonna be restored. after all of this happened, because it's like a domino effect right now. It's not happening on a individual level, but it's going to happen on a collective level eventually. Start off within the different countries, then it's going to end up happening on a collective level where people, despite a race, nationality, things of that nature, they're all going to start coming together. Because we got some transits going to happen to Gemini down the road too. That's about people, despite a culture, opposites attracting. People, despite a culture, or whatever the case is going to be coming together, working together, difference being set aside, working together. That's why I said these people that promoting these distinctions that causing this divisive energy, and they're sticking with it. And then you got this beast system that's causing, that's promoting a lot of divisive energy. They're like they're like feathers flocking, two feathers flocking together on the same bird. It's like, but it's like they're on the same. They're working on the same spectrum for one reason only. They're working on the same spectrum, but they're keeping things divided. What, and that's gonna come to an end. Especially when these people unite, especially when love, compassion, understanding be restored, and people start coming together, even on a collective level, despite their race, nationality, whatever the case is, culture. Those people come together. You might well say it's a wrap, because, as I stated before, those people, they gonna, so shit gonna get torn down. I'm gonna tell you that right now. This government, it's not gonna be around. And I kept telling people it's going through a death phase. The government is going through its death phase. So it's not gonna be around. It's not gonna be around. This society, the way how it is now as well, it's not gonna be around. Like the way how society is set up and structured, it's not gonna be around. Meaning that it's gonna have to be restructured as well and be rebuilt, things of that nature. People are not gonna be living in the society anymore after that happened. Whereas you have people placing our power in the hands of other people, they telling us what to do and things of that nature. All of that's gonna be out the window. So we head into that point. Cause see, the point we heading towards now is kind of like they trying to make it like a, maybe a universal one world order, maybe. I do feel that the Bibles and stuff gonna get banned, but we see, we, like I said, we had like to like a one world order, and it's kind of like that's what it's like decisions that can be made. It's like for, I say the greater good. I say for the highest good of all. In a sense, it may or may not be in our favor, but, or things of that nature when things get decided upon. But see, that's gonna help. That's gonna help in the culmination of things. It's what's gonna happen. It's setting it up. If you see what, if you get what I'm saying in a sense. But this society, as we know it, it's not gonna be around long, and the government structures, it's not, and how the world is ran, it's not gonna be around much longer. Mm-mm. It's not gonna be around much longer. But this is what I want to come on here and talk about. So there's a lot of changes that are coming, and we are in the last days, the endings of society as we know it and the world as we know it. And I said about 4 or 5 decades from now, if not before then, but definitely 4 or 5 decades from now, because I even looked at the transits who supported it, that type of energy. it's not gonna. We pretty much chances are we're gonna be back at square one. But this is what I want to come on here and talk about. Until next time, peace and blessings.